what exactly is it going to really bring on the table for them? We've got Harin Kanani, the MD at Neogen Chemicals, joining in on the show right now. Harin, hi, morning. Great to have you on ET now. This JV that you've signed up, with Morita, that's being positioned as a landmark moment, not just for Neogen, but for India's battery materials ecosystem as well. Walk me through what this partnership really unlocks for you.
Thank you for having me. Basically, Neogen Chemicals and our wholly owned subsidiary Neogen has been working on being part of the value chain for battery materials, lithium-ion battery materials, used both for EV and energy storage for India, as well as part of the global. So we are making electrolyte, which is the key component and which has to be made locally. And for this, we already had a technology license from Mitsubishi, Japan. And the key ingredient in the electrolyte is the electrolyte salt. And this is something which is not only needed in India for making good quality and safe batteries, but also in the international market, because in the world, there are hardly 3 or 4 companies outside China who can do that, and 95% is dominated by China. So Morita Chemical is a 100-year-old company specialized in fluorine chemistry, and they have been one of the pioneers in making this electrolyte salt for last 35, 40 years. They are the biggest non-Chinese manufacturer of the electrolyte salt in the world. And now they have partnered with Neogen, taking part of our existing capex. So together, this is the only place where you can get a non-China basically electrolyte salts with a global 30, 40 years of experience. So I think that's the very unique thing. And it's one of the first joint ventures in the battery material space between Japan and India. So we are very proud for that. And I think it shows the trust which they have in the India market. The Japanese companies, the established Japanese companies have in India market for the lithium-ion battery, not only for the domestic, but as a manufacturing base for the world.
Right. Hi, Harin. Harsha, again,
Thank
very good chatting with you again. But Harin, give us a sense. When does the capacity come on stream? You're obviously yet to make investments into this. Uh, what's the kind of duration of the investment, and how quickly does the capacity come on stream?
Yeah, so this is part of the 1500 capex, which is ongoing,
Yes.
but it's just actually part of the capex which was related to electrolyte salt will now be partnered. So this is in line with whatever we had like already shared. So this capacity is likely to come online in the second half of next year. So let's say sometime around September to December 2026. Already we have in our phase one in the Dahej plant existing capacity, which was with our own technology, which will be slightly modified to accommodate the Morita technology. But in the new manufacturing block, which is being made from scratch, now they will partner and it will be like aligned with their technology. So together, so the total capex remains 1500 crore, part of which will be basically now be divested in the form of Neogen Morita New Materials Limited as a wholly owned subsidiary, sorry, as a joint venture of Neogen and Morita of our Neogen Ionics. So this will be, so the capex remains online with whatever plans we had. Only now it will be partnered and the technology will be upgraded to meet Morita's technologies.
Right. But Harin, given this JV, tell me, how does it
Yes.
help compete with Chinese suppliers and capture more market share for you?
So basically, the world has been looking for options because they were reliant 95% on the China market. And you have seen that in past they made like some export bans and they said we will not supply rare earth or some even advanced LFP and other battery materials. So there was concerns around that. In fact, there are like some countries which have already policies, including United States, where basically they say you have to be decoupled from China or other foreign countries of concern by 2027. So there's only one Japanese and one Korean established player. So only two plants which to take care of the rest of the world. So I think this will be another plant where we'll have an established company. And like the cost structure that we have seen is not very different from China. So if somebody looks at a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year kind of horizon, actually the manufacturing cost in India can be comparable to China. And in the past, if you look at last 5 years, we are actually even cheaper over 5 year period as compared to even China. So here you can get a very reliable technology which has been proven for 30 years. And for battery materials, the reliability, safety, validation, all these are very critical. So this JV will ensure and give a platform, give an option to the world to use a reliable Japanese technology, which is established and proven for 30 years from China. So which is a like, from India and not dependent on China. So completely free of China supply chain. So this gives a reliable source for the world and also which is very competitive. I think we will just start with the 3,000 ton capacity that we had planned in Pakhajan, but then there is room to grow to 10,000 and 20,000 ton. So we'll see the initial response from the customers have been very positive. So we had already logged in one large customer who had like signed up for 5 years kind of period. Now there are more customers who are approaching us once the JV has been announced, and they are very actively engaged to approve Neogen as a source, as they look at it as one of the best source outside China to work with, who can give them reliable supply. So this will further strengthen, our Neogen Ionics battery materials. So we had targeted total 1,500 capex, which will be completed by, let's say, 2026. And by 2028 or FY29, we were going to reach a full utilization of 2,400 to 2,900 crore revenue potential. So this particular move further strengthens that. Plus the equity, the 20 million USD, which they will be getting, will also provide us more cushion so that like we'll have cash available in case we want to further expand to meet the growing international demands.
Okay, thank you so much, Harin. We'll let you go on
Thank you.
that note. Of course, a larger conversation warranted on this one, but